YouTube, Richician and Team Sorcerers here, doing the last Genesys deck profile for now. I would have liked to showcase games with all the other decks I brought along. Elemental Heroes, Rainbow Neos, Stardust Junk, Cats, Magician Girls, Melfies, Red Dragon Archfiend, Jinzo, but wasn't able to, unfortunately. Couldn't even get a game with Cyberse, and I realised a bit too late that I left my Odorous Dimension Dragon deck behind. Here, that is, not over my mum's place. So, yeah, it's crazy that Dark Magician is also getting a deck update before I profiled any of my other decks. But it's fine. There are significant changes here, and as it stands, the deck is at 94 points. I thought someone was screaming there, but it was just a loud seagull. Kind of frightened me. Anyway, on with the profile of my favourite and signature deck under Genesys. Starting, of course, with my ace monster and most favourite card in the whole game, Dark Magician, 3 copies. Yes, I still play 3. I don't agree with only playing 2, but then again, it is down to personal preference, depending on how you play it. I just prefer to have 3, as, well, you never know when you might need it. Right, yes, there's been times where it's been a couple of them have been a brick in my hand, but that doesn't happen all the time, and there are some easy workarounds. I'd still rather have 3 than 2, because, well, anything can happen. One of them might get banished by something, and if 2 of them get banished, then I only have 1 to work with. And like I said, no one has yet banished all 3. I mean, that would just be unforgivable. And if I was playing like only 2 and somehow they get banished or turned against me, then there's no way I can win. So I'd just rather have 3 all the same. Then Dark Magician Girl, just 1 copy of Genesys United Dragon. I didn't want to drop it from 2 to 1, but because of a new addition to the deck, I just couldn't think of anything else to drop. But hopefully it'll be fine. Mahard, Apprentice Illusion Magician, 3 copies of Magician's Rod, Magic Haribo, 3 copies of Magician's Souls, which was at 15 points, but now it's dropped to 10, thankfully. It does make things a bit easier. And finally, the last monster, 2 copies of Illusion of Chaos. And that's it for monsters. On with the spells. So I have 3 copies of Dark Magical Circle, best spell in the deck. Salvation, Dark Magic Attack, Bond between teacher and student, Dark Burning Magic, 3 copies of Soul Servant, Secrets of Dark Magic, 2 of it. Wait, what is it saying? I've only got 1 in the online build. Have I missed something? Have I made this a 41 card? Oh, wait, no. It's because in the online build I have the opposite ratios of Genesys United Dragon and Secrets of Dark Magic. There's 1 Secrets and 2 Tomias's in the online build. I just haven't updated it. Sorry, I'm being silly and confusing myself. Anyway, here's one of the new additions, the Gaze of Tomias, which I believe I did pull from my Maze of Myrtos box. So yeah, it went straight in the deck, and it's such a big help. I really wish it didn't banish whatever fusion monster came out. But then again, in the case of Dragoon, that would be a good thing. Not that I have it, but still. So, Gaze of Tomias, for those who don't know what it does, target one Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl on your field or in your graveyard, fusion summon one fusion monster from your extract that mentions that monster as a material by shuffling it into the deck. Sorry, I just lost the line. Oh yeah, as material. There we go. This is treated as a fusion summon with the Eye of Tomias, but banish it during the end phase of the next turn. You can only activate one the Gaze of Tomias per turn. I mean, to be fair, there are ways around the weakness, like fusing it off or tributing it off, or in the case of the normal format, linking it off. Yeah, I just really hate that drawback. I'm still playing the original Eye of Tomias though, because, well, I'd still rather have it than not at all. Oh yeah, a Gaze of Tomias is worth 1 point. Monster Reborn, that's 3 points now. Pot of Greed, which, like I said before, is 30. Regeki, that's 4. And finally, Twin Twisters. And that's it for all these spells. On with the traps. I don't think the trap lineup has changed though. I've still got 2 copies of Eternal Soul, Mirror Force, Starlight Road, and 2 Solemn Strikes, which are 5 points each. Yeah, that's basically it for that. And then for the extra deck, we have 2 copies of Dark Magician the Dragon Knight, Master of Chaos, Amulet Dragon, Dark Magician the Knight of Dragon Magic, Dark Paladin, 2 copies of the Dark Magicians, oh yeah, and finally the Dark Magician support card, which is stupidly hard to get, but thanks to Silver Cyclone, big shout out to him, I finally have Dark Magician of Destruction. Yeah, he came in clutch with this. Yeah, a big thank you to him, he really helped me out here. I just need 3 more now, 1 for my Dark Magician card collection, 1 for Magician of Chaos, and 1 for Magician Girls. Although getting 1 for those decks isn't really a big deal, because I rely heavily on the extra deck anyway, but I'd still rather have them. So yeah, this is worth 15 points, like I said. I'm sure everyone knows what it does by now, but for those who don't, its materials are Dark Magician plus a light or a dark monster, so very easy to bring out. Must be either fusion summoned or special summoned from your extra deck during the turn a spell card or effect is activated. By banishing 1 level 6 or higher dark spellcaster monster you control as material, you can only special summon this card once per turn this way, no matter which method you use, this card's name becomes Dark Magician while on the field or in the graveyard, and if it's special summoned, you can add either a Dark Magician or a card that mentions it from your deck to your hand. So, yeah, that's pretty damn good. I hate that it's technically somewhat generic. There's too many other decks that can use it now. Whereas I just want to play it in the deck that it was actually made for. I hate that it's so expensive. Even the ultimate rare, which we're getting soon, is expensive as hell. But hey, at least I finally have at least one. Obviously, I didn't get to bring it out in my game with George. I mean, I could have done, but I didn't have time to add it to the extra deck. But it was fine. And then, of course, another of the new cards, Tobias the United Magical Dragon. This is the collector's rare that I pulled from that box. So the materials for this are Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl, plus a dragon or a spellcaster monster. Just reading off the effect in case you don't know what it does. After this card is special summoned, it's unaffected by other cards' effects until the end of the next turn. You can only use each of the following effects to master United Magical Dragon once per turn. If it battles during damage calculation, you can make this card gain 100 attack points for each spell in the graveyards and in the banishment. And once per turn during the opponent's turn, quick effect, you can target a spell or trap on the field and destroy it. It's pretty wild, actually. So yeah, gotta be careful with that back row if you're on the receiving end of it. And then the last fusion is, of course, Gaia the Dragon Champion, just to summon off Knight of Dragon magic. The only synchro I have is Stardust Dragon, just because of the Starlight Road. And there's only 3 Exceeses, which are Red Ice Flare Metal Dragon, that's 1 point, Draco Sack, and Big Eye. And yeah, that is it for the Dark Magician deck profile. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like and a comment, share, and subscribe if you haven't subbed already. Yeah, it's just nice to finally have Dark Magician of Destruction at last. I just need to play this in a Richician format game now, and then I'll do an update for this deck on the Richician format. But until then, I'll catch you guys later. See you.